All right, guys. New spot vibes, huh? I got to figure out something for a backdrop here. I know that, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress, but I love Kid Show. I'm going to try my best not to drop a bunch of F-bombs. I think it'll help boost the algorithm for this guy, but it's hard, when that's just kind of part of my vocabulary. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold back. Unless it just comes out, and then you're going to have to deal with it. But, hey, listen, the vibes in this new spot, I know you can't see it from this angle, but if you follow some of my other content, you can see that I've done some short videos on what this place looks like. Big window space, huge window space in the front of the store. Huge. Some say it's the biggest window downtown. So I'm getting some curtains to kind of cover up the, that natural light that's just going to end up beating in here. It's going to F with the production value for sure. But it's a work in progress. I've got some signage that's going to go up on the windows that's going to look really fresh. And like I said, we're going to get some curtains to kind of block that out a little bit. Besides, I can see this space having it's got a bar. I could not resist setting up the bar, bringing the bar to life. There's going to be problems with. I got a feeling it's going to turn into a speakeasy down here. Shh. Don't tell anybody I said that. Maybe we'll do like passwords, like secret passwords to get in. I got a ton of booze and beer. Anyhow, I'm digging it. This is kind of a shout out to, my sponsors. It's kind of like a sponsor deal. So I get it if you want to skip over it. But, I want a big shout out to my boy Brandon over at Dwelling Realty. He's been a supporter of ours since like day one. So thank you, Brandon. Shout out to my boy Preston over at Just Clean. Thank you for continuing your support of the podcast. Shout out to my ladies, Dee and Doe over at Northern Spice Company. Thank you for hopping on this year. It's going to be a great relationship. I want to send a shout out to the Ramsdale Theater, newly added sponsor. So appreciate you guys very, very much. And a shout out to my peeps down at the Outsider of Manistee who just signed on to support the broadcast. So listen, I really appreciate you guys. There are other supporters of the show that I know are going to be jumping on soon. So thank you. You know who you are. And I'm overwhelmed because, I really need these sponsorships to keep this thing going in the direction that it's going. If I didn't have the sponsors, I wouldn't be able to do this, support it with the space, to add new equipment. And I will be adding new equipment soon. I'm getting a new camera. I'm getting some better lighting. The addition of like some of the things I'm bringing into this space here is because of the support that I receive from the sponsors of the show. You watching or listening, wherever you're at, I appreciate you. Your subscriptions, your follows, those things help me immensely. So if you can't help monetarily, just by subscribing to the channel is a huge benefit, to me and this show. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. There were some things I wanted to talk about, but this is why I need the curtain though, because like people walking by and looking in the window, what the fuck is going on in there? Nope, there I did it. I said the F word. Oh well, fuck it. So yeah, I really got to get that fixed. I got to get that squared away. But once that's done, it's really gonna start looking nice in here. So the call-in line, I thought would be utilized way more than it is. I've only had a few messages and texts come through, which is fine. I'm going to use them. So once we get really rolling here, probably this week sometime yet, I'm going to start going through these messages and text messages and letting you know what people are thinking, the questions, the comments, and the topics that they have. I do have a pretty decent list of guests coming on soon. So if you have questions for the guests, you can, let me pull up my calendar here. You can, where is my I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What is this? That's that. What's this? I'm all screwing this thing up here. There it is. I don't have the number memorized yet, so bear with me. All right, 616-594-0173. 616-594-0173. That is a voice message line. Or you can text it. But what I'm really trying to do is get some voice messages in because I want to play them live on the podcast. All right, all I'm asking you to do is leave your name. You don't have to leave your full name, just your first name, and leave a message. If you are more comfortable sending a text message, that's fine too. I'll read those on the show. But coming up on the podcast, I got my use your words, dickhead. Coming up on the podcast, I got my good buddy Andy Lee coming back on for his annual chat about tight lines for troops. I'm sure we're going to talk about some other things, so don't sleep on that podcast. Dude's really interesting. He's lived a wild life, and I know we've got a ton more to talk about other than tight lines for troops, although that will be the focus. And he's coming on Thursday the 4th, and my hope is to get that one out by the weekend. So if you've got questions for Andy Lee, questions about tight lines for troops or anything, call in at 616-594-0173, and I'll play those for him or read them to him if you send a text on the 4th, the morning he comes in. I got my friend Tristan coming in on the 8th. She's one of the owners of the Black Lotus Salon here. Dude, this chick is pretty cool. Her husband Doug is really cool too. They're transplants from like Las Vegas and California, all the way up here to, northern Michigan. Anyhow, I know she's got a story or two, so I'm down to talk to her. On the 10th, I got my boy Tate coming in. We're going to talk a little entrepreneurship. This young man is getting after it, starting fresh in life with a new business venture, and I'm excited to talk to him and see where he plans on taking this thing, because it looks like he's digging in deep. So it's going to be fun. And then my buddy Kyle from Filer Credit Union is coming in on the 12th, and we are going to be talking cryptocurrency. So I think that one's going to be a fun one, because I still know dick about crypto, and all signs are telling me I need to start investing in it, and I need to educate myself. I know I'm way behind the curve on this shit. It's been around forever. There's people that have made money, lost money, are continuing to make money. It's an interesting thing, but I do feel like crypto is something that I need to be invested in, just like you invest in the stock market or savings or any other kind of retirement, gold, silver, fucking copper, I don't know. I'm pretty sure crypto is something that you at least have to have a portion of your portfolio in. So we're gonna chat on that for sure. Anyways, those are the first 3 or 4 I got going on for April. I'm excited to have those peeps on, so I hope you are too. It's going to be a ton of fun. So 616-594-0173 if you've got a question, comment, or topic for any of them, or for me, or the podcast in general, or you just want to say, hey, why don't you talk about this? Because I've got a few call-ins that just had straight up topics, and some shit I've already talked about, so I'll just kind of maybe just glaze over it a little bit. But I do think that this is going to be a fun tool, and it'll help connect us, you and I, more in this podcast, a little more interaction, which I think is a good thing. I think it'll help grow the show. So and that's kind of the point. So again, I'm excited to still be downtown, to grow this brand, to move forward and grow NOMI Racing. By the way, fucking crushing right now. We are like 400% up from previous years in terms of registrations for Run the Pier, which is crazy to me. Absolutely destroying the registrations right now, and I think because there's a shitload of excitement. There's a lot of things that are playing a factor in this. We moved the date to July 27th. It used to be the second Saturday in August every year, and it was a night race, which, listen, I get it. I loved it too. People dug it. Some people are pissed that we moved it to the morning, but we moved it to the morning because we added a 10K, a half marathon, and a full marathon on top of this thing, and we can't have all these people running in the heat of the day in July. So deal with it. We're still having our beer festival. That's going to be going on from 12 to 6 after the event. That's where we'll do our award ceremony and really kind of kick off the evening from there as a benefit to SOC Fund, the Stomp Out Cancer organization. We're hoping to generate a ton of funds for them. We're still looking for sponsors for the event. It's not easy putting on an event at this scale, especially when you bootstrap the whole thing. So if you know anybody or you're somebody that have a company that wants to support the event, get a hold of me. Especially if you're local, you know how to get a hold of me. So just get a hold of me. But I'll be beating the pavement and then by the end of the week, soliciting for some cashola to help get this year's Run the Pier Summer Running Festival up off the ground. But the amount of people that have already signed up for the race right now is fucking wild. And I love it. And we limit a lot of our, our merch and, finisher tokens, stuff like that, to 500. And we've never really ever had to worry about not being able to give everybody something. That being said, if you're not within the first, 250 people that sign up for this event, you're not getting your free merch, because we just won't have the money for it. And your finisher trophy, if you're not within the first 500, you won't be getting a finisher medal, and that sucks. I know. The only reason why I ever run in any 5K is to get a T-shirt and a finisher medal. I'm just kidding. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that really enjoy getting a little piece of something at the end of a race. That's why we upped it to the levels that we did this year, in hopes that we could give everybody something. Looking at the numbers now, we're definitely going to have to revisit that. But to be sure, you should sign up now. I know it's months away, but signing up now will ensure that you're going to get a little something, a little bit of merch at the end of this event. So, yeah. But stick around, because I'm going to be doing I'm going to do a live Q&A session for Run the Pier within the next couple of weeks. I've just got to button up some shit. I still got garbage and cleaning at the old spot that it has to get done, and there's a lot of things I need to do at this new space that kind of bring it up to par. So I'm excited, but yeah, we'll do a live. I am shooting for sometime like mid-April to do a live for Run the Pier Summer Running Festival, and then I'll probably do a live every month leading up to the events for anybody who's got questions or comments about the event. It's going to be big. I'm super excited about it. Go to runthepier.com and you will see everything, all the routes. It'll take you to the registration, which is on Run Sign Up, if you're down to sign up. But listen, keep in mind, even if you don't want to participate in any of the events, the festival that we're having in the afternoon from 12 to 6 is open to the public. It's free to the public. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have music. There's going to be a beer garden there, a beer tent atmosphere. And all of the proceeds go directly to the Stomp Out Cancer Foundation here in Manistee. So, and you guys know how passionate I am about that organization. It's super important to this community and to individuals and families that are dealing with loved ones that are struggling with cancer treatments. This is a real big financial tool to them to help them kind of navigate that difficult time while they're kicking the shit out of cancer. So, yeah, this is a quick little one-hitter. Shout out to my sponsors, and I hope you guys dig what we have coming up. Stay tuned. This podcast is going to keep growing, and we're going to be more dialed into, kind of the local scene here. But also, I'm growing this thing outside of Manistee exponentially. So we're going to have guests on the show that aren't necessarily local to Manistee, and that's okay, because I think it's important to have a wide selection of guests on the show, varying opinions. We're getting closer and closer to election time, so as we get closer to that, we're going to kind of shift a little bit more political and have some guests on here that represent, east and west, right, left and right, down the middle, whatever. So, and I'm excited for that because I do kind of enjoy those conversations. But yeah, so as we get closer, we'll start having a little bit more of a debate style here, which I think is going to be a good thing. And yeah, I don't know. I got my eyes on some things, guys, so it's a beautiful time to be alive. Anyways, runthepier.com. Check that shit out and keep an eye out because we're going to be talking about the Rusty Fish soon too, because it's also time to start marketing that event. So there's going to be some cross promotions going on, but I'm excited for this racing season. I'm excited for the new podcast studio. I'm excited for all the things that that I'm going to be able to bring to you. So yes, stay tuned. Tell your friends. Subscribe if you can. It's free. So if you want to help the podcast financially, that would be amazing. But doing what you're doing is just fine. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, subscribing to the Spotify channel, that helps immensely. Following us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the drill, folks. I feel like I'm like begging for business, but all of that helps. Just by following and building that community helps immensely. It helps with advertisers. It helps when, I'm promoting my shorts or reels or stuff like that. The more subscribers I have means the more views I get, which helps fund this thing I'm trying to do here at Manistee Local. You can go to Patreon, which is for premium subs. It's a few bucks, and it's less than a cup of coffee. It's less than a latte. And you can support the show on a monthly basis on Patreon, which all of that money goes directly back into feeding, the studio costs, updating equipment, all the things that I've been talking about. I don't pull from any of my other businesses. I don't pull money from those businesses to feed another business. So everything I generate from the podcast goes back into the podcast. So I'm excited. Within the next couple of months, the equipment's going to get upgraded, and that's going to be fun. I just hope I don't fuck it up. I'm going to have somebody come down here and help me set everything up because it might look like I know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue. A lot of the stuff is just plug and play. So the more technical you get, the more dumb I get in terms of trying to make sure everything works good. But right now, the setup that I have, it's working just fine. It just takes me an immense amount of time to download and edit, and the drill. So we're getting there. But yeah, Patreon, right? I have a subscriber page on Facebook too. I think that's like $2 a month. So if you hop on to Facebook and go to the subscriber hub and subscribe there, that would be awesome. A couple bucks goes a long way. Little bits add up to big bits, right? So this is something that I'm super passionate about, and I can't wait to see where it goes because I'm not going to quit. I'm not quitting doing this. That's for sure. I have too much fun with it, and that's the point. As long as you're having fun doing what you're doing, keep doing it. Doesn't feel like a job to me. Nothing that I've been doing over the last 7-8 years has felt like a job, which is exactly how you want to live your life, if you can. So, anyhow, hugs and kisses on all your pink parts. Have a kick-ass day. Bye-bye. This episode is brought to you by The Outsider of Manistee. We're showcasing their family tavern, their beer garden, and their arcade. Their large outdoor patio. This place is really awesome. It's very focused on family, getting people outside, getting them to tour the city of Manistee, showcasing our social district with their newly added indoor bar, which is awesome. They have 6 drafts, over 100 canned beers and canned cocktails to choose from on the menu. This is a really awesome place for the family. You got to mess the kids, fill their pockets full of quarters, let them have at those pinball machines. Mom, Dad, enjoy a nice cold draft beer or a canned cocktail. Get yourself something to eat, feed the family, feed the kids, wake up that liver a little bit, and then go enjoy downtown Manistee. These guys are located at 457 River Street. You can find them on outsidermanistee.com. Call them at 231-299-1235 or order for pickup and delivery at orderoutsider.com. Check this place out. You won't regret it. This episode is brought to you by the Ramsdale Regional Center for the Arts. You can find them online at www.ramsdaletheater.org, or you can reach them by phone at 231-398-9770. So check the website for the ticketing information. That's www.ramsdaletheater.org. This episode is brought to you by Northern Spice Company, located at 378 River Street, Manistee, Michigan. You can contact them at 231-299-7492 or at spices@northernspiceco.com. Listen, folks, are you the type of person that just grinds in the kitchen trying to make a top-shelf culinary experience for your loved ones? You're in the kitchen trying to make the best meatloaf, the best pot of chili, the absolute best pot of goulash. Where are you getting your spices? That's what I want to know. Where are you getting your spices? You're going to put all that hard work into making something that is an absolute masterpiece for your family, but you're going to skimp on the spices? What? Look, if you're buying your spices at the supermarket, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for your family, because what could have been an amazing meal didn't quite come out the way you wanted it to, did it? But if you shopped at Northern Spice Company in Manistee, they make everything on site. They mix all their own spices. This stuff is there's no added preservatives. Nothing extra added in other than the spice. Hey, you don't know where your spices are coming from when you pick them up off the shelf at Walmart. There could be wood chips in there for all you know. Now for Northern Spice Company. Use their Simple 3. I put that shit on everything. Sea salt, fresh ground black pepper, fresh ground roasted garlic. One stop. Sprinkle that on. Mwah. They have a steak season called Manistee Steak Seasoning, a holy hamburger, the Simple 3 like I already talked about, the pure maple sugar barbecue rub, the 1871 pork and poultry barbecue rub. I could go on and on. Hey, and don't skimp on the international seasonings either. No salt Italian seasoning, Saison seasoning, Italian seasoning with rosemary, and Greek seasoning. They also have a wide array of no salt choices, sauces, salsas, and syrups. Oh, but that's not all. They have one of the largest selections of teas in the county. Chamomile, Earl Grey, peach decaf, Italian breakfast. You want chai tea? They got that too. Ever heard of mango black tea? Neither have I. Spice Company's got it. How about a little Irish breakfast? They got that too. How about a little white chai? Yeah. Keep going and going, folks. Northern Spice Company has all that you need to spice up your life and to warm yourself up with a little tea. Check them out, folks. Again, that's Northern Spice Company at 378 River Street, Manistee, Michigan. You can check them out at northernspiceco.com, or you can contact them at 231-299-7492. Or send them a little love letter at spices@northernspiceco.com. Spice up your life. This episode is brought to you by Brandon Ball, broker owner of Dwelling Realty, Keller Williams, Northern Michigan. Are you looking to sell your home? Then look no further. When you list your home with Brandon Ball, you'll get a trusted advisor who will guide you through the entire selling process. With extensive knowledge of the local market, he'll help price your home competitively to attract the right buyers. And with proven marketed strategies, your home will be seen by the most qualified of buyers. With 17 years in the business, you'll have someone experienced who's on your side. Contact Brandon today to get started selling your home. 231-690-4981. That's 231-690-4981. Or Brandon at dwellingrealty.com.